Philadelphia practice a couple of years ago, and Nick came up to me. He said, "Hey, I've been a fan of yours for years." And I said, "What? Years?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I watched you on the TV show Coach." I said, "The TV show Coach? That was in 1993." I said, "How old were you back then?" I said, "You must be a fan if you watched Coach back in 1993."
Coach, speaking of fans, our network is based out of Dallas. What are your thoughts on Kansas City having the chance to do what should have been ours, that three-peat? And I'm still losing sleep about it. When you said, how about them Cowboys, our sports cried for the first time. Tell me your thoughts on Kansas City getting what should have been yours.
Well, Kansas City has done a great job. And, of course, we did the Super Bowl a couple of years ago with Kansas City, and I told Patrick Mahomes, I said, "You're the greatest quarterback I've ever seen." He is something special. And even this year, his statistics are not that great, but I told Andy day before yesterday, I said, it's amazing. Every third and fourth down, that you need a first down, Mahomes goes and picks up the first down. He's not a great runner, but he's a great runner in those situations.
Is there any doubt in your mind that if you and Jerry had not gone separate ways, that third season you could have won the Super Bowl again?
Oh, it's hard to speculate about what might have been. I know we had an extremely talented team. We had the youngest team in the NFL. And so a young team like that's going to only get better. And one thing I've always prided myself in is acquiring talent. And in my opinion, I would have brought in some more players.
I know you said you reached out to Brian. I know you said you reached out to Brian Schottenheimer.
Yeah.
And I know you and Jerry started to talk a little bit last year at the ring. Did he talk to you at all during the process and bounce some things off of you, or was it after the fact? Or how?
Jerry and I've had quite a few conversations here over the last year, and actually been between Jerry and I, but everything's been very positive.
I got a Lions question for you. Talking up Jared Goff, the new coordinator change. What impact do you think that will have on Jared Goff and the offense?
Well, anytime you change coaches, there's going to be some changes and some things to overcome. But I think Goff has been in this league long enough that he's going to know what he does well and what he doesn't do well. And so I'm sure that the new coordinator will adjust to it.
8 assistants.
Coach, you know what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning announcer?
How tough is that? 8 assistants.
Well, it's difficult when you get a new coaching staff. It takes time, especially early in the season. But Dan's, an outstanding coach. He'll have them doing it the right way.
From your vision and talking about the personality of Jerry Jones, what coach do you think would fit with him in Dallas Cowboys?
Well, I'm hoping Brian Schottenheimer fits with Jerry Jones. That way they can have some success.
Coach, that's your specialty. To be a Super Bowl winning coach, what does it take to be a Super Bowl winning announcer?
Well, I think you've got to be prepared. The one thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to give out false information. And so you want to be accurate with your information. The other thing is, David Hill told me this when I first went to Fox 31 years ago. I said, "You want me to take a telestrator and do some X's and O's?" He said, "We're not in the X and O business. We're in the entertainment business." And so, throughout the week, fans see so many programs. There's so many talking heads there. So many people talking statistics and X's and O's and plays and defenses. By the time they get up to the game, they want to be entertained. And so that's one thing that we've tried to do with Fox NFL Sunday.
Coach, your specialty was talent. I think that's one of your talents. What are 3 things you look for in a player when you're evaluating a player?
The number one thing I always look for any player, whether I be drafting a player or recruiting a player, was intelligence. I wanted smart football players. You look at the very first draft I had at the Dallas Cowboys, we had 4 academic All-Americans. Troy Aikman, Mark Stadnowski, Daryl Johnston, Tony Tolbert, and so smart players is one thing, and then obviously they got to be talented, but playmakers, gym rats, people that love the game, that's what I look for.
What do you think is the key match of this Super Bowl?
Well, I think there's a bunch of matchups, but I think one thing about A.J. Brown against McDuffie is going to be interesting because they're going to have to throw the football, but the other thing is you look at the defensive coordinators with Spagnuolo and Vic Fangio, 2 outstanding coordinators defensively.
How much time do you invest in your preparation for the game? I mean, it's an entertainment business.
I'm a football freak, so I watch every football game that's ever on television. And throughout the week, we talk football, we talk to coaches, we watch every game. And there's not a game that goes by that I don't watch. And so we're prepared just for what we do during the week.
Jimmy, where do you your hair game is